Good morning, and happy Tuesday from the farm. Welcome to another episode of Thinking Outside the Soil, where I get to talk story about topics related to the farmers and ranchers using hydroponic practices to grow the crops and creatures we need to eat. I am your host, Sean Short, and thank you for being with us on this beautiful morning. I am out here in the coop giving some water this morning, so you can hear some chicken chatter in the background as I am finishing up what it is that I need to do to be with them this morning before the rest of the day goes on. And I wanted to jump on here to talk a little bit more about hydroponic corn. This could be the second episode that we talk specifically about hydroponic corn, or as I like to call it, king corn. Though I did hear Our Highness is going to be a lot more expensive this year. The guys over at the Egg Institute at Iowa State are a great voice in the egg world, and I have recently been listening to the Poultry Podcast. And if you have not had an opportunity to check them out, they are a great resource for the voice of the chickens. And reports out of the Egg Institute say that corn prices are going to increase by at least 15% this next year, if not more. So that's bad news for my girls, because I know they sure do love this cracked corn that we give them, especially during these cold nights and when I need to wrangle them to where I got to go. I like to use the cracked corn. But real quick, if you like what you hear or have heard so far, please follow the show. You can find us on Apple and Spotify. Leave a rating, leave a review, let others know why they should follow the show too. So I was thinking to myself, what does this price of corn mean for me? What does this price of corn mean for chicken people? And as I was thinking a little bit more about it, I thought to myself, well, the price of corn is going to surely affect if I'm going to buy another bag of cracked corn, or if I might buy another bag of corn grain. So corn can be sprouted hydroponically, and it has shown to be very nutritious and highly palatable in the sprouted form. Corn is often sprouted in smaller scale operations for dairy animals. A lot of farmers have found that the sprouted corn gives them better milk fat. So sprouting corn has been quite common. When I was writing my book, I saw all of the success with sprouted corn, and in order to save costs, I bought whole kerneled corn versus cracked corn one day and began sprouting it for myself. And what I noticed for chickens is that they tend to not like the larger kernel as much as they do prefer the smaller grain. So chickens being what they are and not having teeth, they struggle to take corn the same way that they do take other things. I think that larger grain is more challenging to shake and break and then swallow so that they can digest it. So since starting to sprout hydroponic corn for these girls, I went through a 50-pound bag of feed and then actually switched over to the cracked corn, and that's when I learned that it is a bit like crack in the sense that these girls love it. It's almost like a drug, and I mentioned and joked just a bit earlier that I use it to wrangle my chickens. So I wonder how it is that you wrangle your chickens, because I'm thinking, if the cost of corn is going to go up this next year, what am I going to do to wrangle these girls? And I thought about, why don't I just use the sprouted feed in order to do that? But we shall see, So I'm wondering, in your areas, what has happened for the corn? We recently bought our 50-pound bags of cracked corn for $14, and that is already a lot more than what we were buying for this last summer, which was $10 a bag. So those bags of corn are surely going to cost more, whether we choose to use the whole kernels or cracked kernels to feed out to our chickens as a treat. And with the kernel being so large, it's likely that the cost of corn is going to influence on our choice of using a supplemental commercial pellet. So as we look to the challenges with the feed costs and what does it mean to control our own feed, we will come to better understand the cost of our commercial pellets. So for instance, the commercial feed that we used to get cost around $12 per 40-pound bag when we do when we price it out in bulk, and now we're averaging around $15. I've recently decided to switch over to a higher protein and organic feed, which is looking to cost us a little bit more, about when I look at the big numbers now, I'm looking at about 50 cents a pound. So it's getting a little bit more for us, and it might go back up. So I wonder, what does that look like for other people out there? And I'm hearing a lot of different things. So the question would be for this morning, for you, how much has the corn you buy gone up in the past 6 months? And then the other thing that I do wonder, as I was talking and joking around, is what do you use to wrangle your chickens? But that's all I do have for us this morning, and as always, I love to hear or read your thoughts. So if you've enjoyed the show or like any of the previous episodes, please do give me a review, leave a rating, give the stars, and let others know why it is that you come and listen to this show. There's a bunch of goodies below in the links. Click them. You can get a free copy of my book. There's a great video that shows you how to sprout, and I'm on some of these other channels. So thank you for being with me on another beautiful morning here at Blooming Health Farms. Take care and have a lovely day. Hey, before you go, check out the links below. Leave me a rating and review, and follow the show. Don't forget to get yourself some of our Blooming Health blended sprouting mix. Our mix has been shown to get the best eggs and create the healthiest flocks. With feed costs going up, right now's the time to lock in a subscription so that you can get the best eggs without having to go to the grocery store or the feed store anymore. Check out the links below to get yourself some Blooming Health blended sprouting mix.